Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. If you own an S550 Mustang or have ever seen under the hood of one, you know that the factory coolant tank is definitely an eyesore. Whether you have a V6, EcoBoost, or a GT, they all got saddled with the same ugly coolant tank that has no place under the hood of these cars. But thanks to Mishimoto and aluminum coolant tank, this is a very easy problem to fix, and today we're going to show you how to install this using our 2015 EcoBoost Mustang. Mishimoto's coolant tank is made of high-quality aluminum. It will be a direct replacement for the factory tank on any S550 Mustang. Just like the factory tank, it features internal baffles, and because it's not clear like the factory tank, it has this cool little sight glass on the side so you can see how much coolant is actually in the tank. You might notice this does not come with a cap. Mishimoto realizes that the factory cap is very special in the S550 and built their tank to utilize the original part. Ford uses a factory 21 PSI cap. It's a little bit unique in that it has a vent right in the middle and has a dual O-ring setup. So to make sure the system functions properly with an aftermarket tank, it's a very good idea to use the factory cap. Mishimoto realized this and incorporates it into their tank. They even built that when you thread it on, there's a lock built into it. Basically you stop, you get to that point, one more click, locks in place and lines it up perfectly straight. For this installation, you'll need a small fluid container, 1/4-inch ratchet, 7mm socket, 10mm socket, short extension, and needle nose pliers. If you've never seen under the hood of an S550 before, now you can see why we want to replace this tank. And this was completely out of place in the engine bay of this car. The first step is to loosen the clamps on both the top hoses. One more thing to mention before you begin the installation is make sure the car is completely cold so there's no pressure in this tank. You're moving the lines around. I just like to stick a bolt in the end, that way no coolant comes out anywhere. Now we're going to unbolt our factory tank from our fan shroud. The tank unbolted, we can actually get it up pretty high thanks to the factory hose. You get a clear container, a nice clean container. We can drain our coolant into this and reuse it. I want to make sure you get the coolant out of this bottom section baffle here, so then we can remove this clamp and remove the lower hose. Make sure you leave that hose up out of the way and remove the factory tank. To begin the installation of our Mishimoto tank, what we're going to do now is remove all the factory clamps since they do provide new ones with the tank. I'm going to put the supplied clamp over the original hose. Connect to the bottom of the tank. Now we're going to tighten down the clamp. Just get them nice and snug, don't have to go a Hulk on them or anything. The lower hose in place, now we're going to put the tank down onto the bracket. If you look at the fan shroud here, there's a little cutout. Mishimoto builds a tab into their tank that goes right into that cutout to line it up for installation. So you have it in there, grab the supplied hardware and tighten it down. Now we'll install the front hose, again removing the factory clamp because new ones are provided. All rear hose. Now we're going to refill with the coolant that we removed. Again, if you put it in a nice clean container, you can reuse it. Once we install the coolant that we just removed, we can look at the side of the tank and look at the sight glass to see how full it is. A little bit short, so we can have some more coolant and top it off. Once you have the coolant where you want it on the sight glass, then we're going to reinstall the factory cap, and the last step is to install the vent tube. It locks in place. And your installation is finished. The Mishimoto aluminum coolant tank looks a million times better under the hood of our EcoBoost. And because it's internally baffled and uses the factory cap, it's going to work as well as it looks. The installation is very easy, take you about half an hour, so be back on the road in no time.